What up, YouTube? Once again, it's your boy, Cypher Da MC, the Muhammad Ali of MCs. I'm a little bit, I got some news. I got several pieces of news that I wanted to share with the Cypher Nation, Gamecock Nation. Some of it is good, some of it is not so good, depending on your perspective. So if you're new to the channel, you're definitely in for a treat. Go ahead, hit that subscribe, notification bell, drop a mic on the like button for you, boy. But before we get into anything, roll that intro.
Finally!
Alrighty then, so I normally don't do, well, I'm in the Carolinas, so I normally don't do Carolina Panthers videos as often as I do Gamecocks videos, simply because I just don't have the time to, really. I got a lot of other things going on, and I wanted to try to be as consistent as possible, so I figure even if I do a video a week regarding the Gamecocks, you know, not too much of a narrative is going to be spun as far as anything major that comes through. Of course, anything major, you know, your boy's going to be on top of it.
Yeah, that's true.
But moments ago, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning here on the East Coast, East Side.
Bruh.
I just found out that Christian McCaffrey, running back for the Carolina Panthers, has been traded
Emotional
to the
damage.
San Francisco 49ers for a Nicki Minaj load of draft picks.
What?
For those that don't get that reference, that's a buttload. But anyway,
Wow.
I'm still a little bit taken aback by this. I know this is supposed to be a game prediction video for the Gamecocks
Yeah, that's true.
playing the Texas A&M Aggies, Williams-Brice Stadium, 7:30 p.m. this Saturday. Matter of fact, I know this is supposed to be a game prediction video, but I had to bring this to attention. Like, what are you thinking? We've been in search for a quarterback, you know, someone with consistency and who can stay healthy. And you want to trade away arguably the best player on the team to an NFC rival that at some point you're going to play. I mean, you play them pretty consistently, like every other year or something like that effect. So I'm like, I can understand the long-term vision. You know, hey, you're going to get some draft picks, maybe pull those draft picks for the upcoming draft, and try to buy your way into maybe the number 1 or 2, or at least the top 3 spot for a quarterback. Either Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, maybe Hendon Hooker, maybe Will Levis. Who knows if someone else may creep into that conversation, but really? Anyway, that was one piece of news. Had to get that off my chest. I'm sorry. But this is a safe place where we can vent to each other, okay? And I appreciate that. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Shout out to Jay-Z. All right. On the lighter side of things, of course, yes. The Enter the Cypher podcast is now available on Apple platforms. Did you hear what I just said? We're now available on Apple platforms. It's been a long grind and process to get that taken care of and everything. The podcast is on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Alexa, Amazon Music, the whole 9, iHeartRadio, and a couple of other podcast platforms. But Apple had access to a bit more, like at least 5 more platforms. So Cypher Nation, stand up. We are on Apple Podcasts now. So if you haven't downloaded or haven't favorited or liked the podcast, Enter the Cypher podcast, I'll leave the link in the description below, so that way you make sure that you type it in exactly how it's supposed to be typed in, so you can pull up the right one. But yes, it's been a grind, and all thanks to you. So give yourself a round of applause. Editing Cypher, make sure that you put the applause right there. All right. So, for what you've been waiting on, what you're here for, game prediction for the Gamecocks versus the Aggies. Both of them are coming off a bye week, of course. Normally, after a bye week, the Gamecocks, they play outstanding. They pretty much come ready to play, game plan, and heading into the harder stretch of the season with some winnable games before the fabled Orange Crush of Tennessee, Florida, and Clemson. We have 3 winnable games. We have Texas A&M, Missouri, and Vanderbilt, which I think is a good stretch. We have not fared well against Texas A&M since they've come into the SEC from the Big 12. Now, granted, at the time that they came into the Big 12, we had just come off our third 11 game winning season, and we played them at night at Williams-Brice Stadium. I can't remember our ranking. They were unranked. I can't remember the quarterback's name at the time, but Kevin Sumlin was the head coach at the time over there at Texas A&M, and they beat the shoes off of us. We did not play. I believe we were ranked number 7. We were a top 10 team at the time. We were ranked number 4 or number 7 in the nation, hosting an unranked Texas A&M team, new to the SEC, and they played like they belonged. And ever since then, I believe it was 2014, 15, they've beaten us each and every year.
Are you for real?
We've come close maybe once or twice, but Kellen Mond is no longer the quarterback. Who will be the quarterback this week? We don't know. It's either going to be Haynes King if he's ready to play. He's been banged up for the past week or so, or Connor Weigman, who is a 5-star recruit, freshman. According to 24/7 Sports, our good friends over there. Boink. The number 5 player in the state of Texas. Do you know how big the state of Texas is? That you have to be, you're the number 5 player. There are only 4 players in the state of Texas who are ranked higher than him. And he's a 5-star guy. 4 players.
Wow.
So, if Haynes King plays, we have to deal with Haynes King. If Connor Weigman plays, we have to play, deal with him. I mean, pretty much you prepare for the team and not the actual individual player, because they do still have great skilled position players. Again, I'm gonna have to go with my head and not my heart on this one. Yes, it is a home game. Yes, it is at night. Yes, it is Texas A&M. We have to keep that in mind. We have not beaten them in like 7, 8 tries. So with that being said, yeah, this is going to be a tough one, a little bit closer. I'm going to go with my head and not my heart, okay? And Gamecock fans, please don't crucify your boy now. We have to be realistic, okay? We got to be realistic about this. Guys, hey, I know you've been watching the video. You're loving it, right? Thumbs up, huh? Likes, subscribe. You'll get back to it when I get you back to the video. Anyway, I wanted to quickly tell you about the company that I've partnered with called Credit Rent Boost. Pretty much allows you to basically have your rent that you pay monthly. Doesn't matter if it's an apartment, house, townhome, castle with a moat. What? If you have one, if you're rich like that, whatever. But guess what? You can actually have that reported to the credit bureaus as positive credit history that you're paying. So why not get credit for what you're already paying, right? Go to creditrentboost.com, and not only can you get credit moving forward for what you're paying for rent, little known secret here, for the past 2 years, you can get credit. So you can get credit for rent that you paid last year, the year before that, from 2020, right? So why not give them a chance? You can use my promotion code OVM24522, or better yet, I'll leave the link in the description box below. Might be the best thing you ever do. Now, get back to the video. Smash the like. You know I'm going with them Gamecocks. 27-21. Gamecocks over the Texas A&M Aggies. We finally get them Aggies off our back. We went into Lexington, Kentucky. We had to take care of business, regardless of whether or not it was against a backup quarterback, regardless if that backup quarterback was Drew Brees. Well, no, we would have lost if Drew Brees was Kentucky's quarterback.
You said it yourself.
Yeah, we would have lost that one. I don't even know why I said that.
I don't know.
But we still won the game. It was a team effort. All three phases pretty much played as one, and we're getting a lot of players back that were hurt, banged up for this game here. Well, not just for this game, but moving forward, hopefully they can stay healthy. I'm ready to see what Corey Rucker can do. Hopefully he is able to play. I don't know if he's going to be able to play. He may be a game time decision. I'm not going to mention RJ Roderick leaving. I just did. Might as well touch on it. He's leaving. No longer part of the program. I understand the whole concept. I mean, hey, he's been banged up, and he wants to use his redshirt year and go somewhere else and play. I think he would be better suited in the ACC or maybe a Big 12 conference, perhaps. Just for his playing style. He's a heavy hitter. Great player. Wish him nothing but the best. So, but yeah, those were the pieces of news I had to bring to you today. Christian McCaffrey being traded. Enter the Cypher podcast is now on Apple Podcasts, and of course, your Gamecock game prediction: Gamecocks 27, Texas A&M 21. So, guys, as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by, rocking with your boy. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the game prediction. Even if you want to let me know what you think about Christian McCaffrey being traded. If you're into football in general, or maybe if you're a 49ers fan, how do you feel about it? But definitely, continue to support the channel, support the nation, Gamecock Nation, stand up. Cypher Nation, stand up. You know what it is. You know who it is. It's your boy, Cypher Da MC, the Muhammad Ali of MCs. And as always, before you can love anyone else, you must first love yourself. And I am out this thing. Cypher.
I will not lose.
Enter the cypher with your light.